The Americans are concentrating naval and air forces around Iran, which are to be ready for a possible attack this weekend. In response to growing pressure from the US, the regime in Tehran has called on its allies for help. Exercises titled Maritime Security Belt 2026 have begun in the waters of the Strait of Hormuz, with Russian and Chinese vessels joining Iranian ships. Senior US national security officials have informed US President Donald Trump that an attack on Iran could take place as early as Saturday, according to major US media outlets such as Fox News, NBC News, and CNN, citing anonymous sources. The White House is currently considering the political and military consequences of a potential attack.
It's proven to be, over the years, not easy to make a meaningful deal with Iran. We have to make a meaningful deal, otherwise bad things happen. But we have to make a meaningful deal. But they have a great relationship with the representatives of Iran. It costs you 100 times what it costs to make peace. We have a man at the end, and we do have some work to do with Iran. They can't have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. You can't have peace in the Middle East if they have a nuclear weapon. And they can't have a nuclear weapon, and they've been told that very strongly.
The second round of indirect nuclear talks between Iran and the United States ended on Tuesday. Both sides described the discussions as productive, despite continuing differences, and agreed to stay in touch. Washington is now waiting for a written proposal outlining its approach to resolving the current impasse.
What is the goal if there is a U.S. military strike?
Well, we're going to make a deal, or we're going to get a deal one way or the other.
But with a military strike, is it to wipe out their nuclear program?
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal or...
America's biggest ally in the region, Israel, strongly supports the immediate and unconditional dismantling of Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Prime Minister Netanyahu says this is a key step toward reaching an agreement. We are working in close cooperation with our greatest ally, the United States. I've explained to my friend President Trump the principles that Israel believes should guide negotiations with Iran. We are prepared for any scenario. One thing is certain: if the Ayatollahs make the mistake of attacking us, they will face a response they cannot even imagine. At a time when the US is deploying ships in the Middle East, Russia and Iran began joint naval exercises yesterday in the Gulf of Oman and the northern Indian Ocean. Russia has just signed a strategic partnership treaty with Iran, although it does not include a mutual defense clause. The naval forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran regularly conduct various exercises around the world, such as BRICS in South Africa and Milan in India. Joint exercises with Russia are held annually as part of defense diplomatic activities. In Iran itself, the atmosphere is combative and optimistic. Iranian state media reported that around 5,000 graves have been prepared for American soldiers in the capital's largest cemetery. Tehran residents are afraid to speak to Western media, and those who have been persuaded to do so are convinced of the strength of their army. It is possible that war between Iran and the United States is the only way to end this long-standing rivalry, but the enemy will be surprised. We are not afraid of these threats. We have been hearing them for many years. And even if an attack were to take place, our people are not the kind to surrender to the enemy or feel humiliated in their presence. The United States and Israel believe that Iran is seeking to build nuclear weapons that could threaten Israel's existence. However, Iran claims its nuclear program is purely peaceful. According to Axios, there are no signs of a diplomatic breakthrough, and the evidence points to an imminent U.S. military operation. If Trump gives the green light to the operation, it could take several weeks.